In campaign 2016, just 18 days away from the election, and Republican Donald Trump is ramping up his attacks. Not only is Trump blasting his rival, Democrat Hillary Clinton, but he's also taking aim at First Lady Michelle Obama. KCAL 9 political reporter Bryan joins us now with more on all the new target of Trump's disdain and a possible Trump shakeup. Dave?
Absolutely. I was just going to say, in addition to all the other things that you mentioned, there is a shakeup now in the campaign leadership again. So we'll talk about that, too. Donald Trump is hoping to turn the campaign around in the home stretch. It's been losing ground in the polls. He's telling his supporters he feels they're going to win anyway. He has rarely, if ever, talked about possibly losing. But on a day that was packed with campaign rallies, he did just that at one of his stops. It was a rare moment on the campaign trail as Donald Trump rallied his supporters in North Carolina, a southern battleground state he needs to win. It's believed to be the first time he has openly discussed at a public rally the possibility of losing the election, and he used the L word.
What a waste of time if we don't pull this off. You know, these guys have said, doesn't matter if you win or lose. There's never been a movement like this in the history of this country. I say it matters to me whether we win or lose, because So I'll have over $100 million of my own money in this campaign. So if I lose, I will consider this.
Trump rambled on and never finished the sentence, but it may speak volumes about the fact that a candidate who used to spend much of his stump time bragging about his standing in the latest polls is now pondering the ultimate defeat. And Trump, still cranky, complained that First Lady Michelle Obama pretends to be a big fan and strong supporter of Hillary Clinton, even though she attacked Clinton during the 2008 campaign.
If you can't run your own house, you certainly can't run the White House.
At the time, President Obama insisted his wife was talking about the Bush administration, not Hillary Clinton, although some others didn't interpret it that way. And Trump continued the deluge of insults aimed at Clinton, the president, and the First Lady.
They're losers. They're babies. We have a president. All he wants to do is campaign. His wife, all she wants to do is campaign.
We know in our country the difference between leadership and dictatorship.
Hillary Clinton, campaigning in Cleveland, Ohio, stopped just short of calling Trump a would-be dictator, hammering him for refusing to embrace the validity of the election process.
The peaceful transition of power is one of the things that sets us apart. It's how we hold our country together, no matter who's in charge.
The campaign has released a new TV ad that will run in Ohio and 6 other battleground states, featuring Gold Star father Khizr Khan, who was attacked by Trump after Khan criticized Trump's stance on Muslims.
I want to ask Mr. Trump, would my son have a place in your America?
In Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, Vice President Biden made it clear that Trump's treatment of women was fighting words.
No, I wish you were in high school. I could take him behind the gym.
And Oprah Winfrey also jumped into the national debate, defending Clinton.
People say, I just don't know if I like her.
Yeah.
She's not coming over your house. You don't have to like her.
Well, tonight, the Donald Trump campaign says he'll be speaking in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania on Saturday, laying out his priorities for his first 100 days in office. The speech in historic Gettysburg, home of Abraham Lincoln's immortal Gettysburg Address, will set the tone for Trump's closing arguments, according to a campaign press release put out tonight, Lena.
Yeah, Dave, so we have another high-ranking campaign official bailing out, but so close to the election. I mean, the timing is kind of strange, and how do you think that's going to affect him?
It's more than strange, I can tell you that. Politico reporting tonight that Trump aides told them Jim Murphy has been absent in recent days as the campaign has been mobilizing for the final push. Murphy wrote a statement saying he has not resigned but is stepping back from the campaign for personal reasons. Now, Murphy has been the Trump campaign national political director. That's no small position. And among his responsibilities has been screening the setting up of field programs in battleground states. But the timing here could be key. Look, 2.5 weeks before the election. I don't know what the personal reasons are, but in the political world, the interpretation of that will be the roof is caving in 2 weeks from now, and I don't want to be standing under it when it falls. In other words, I'm not going to take the blame for this one, Lena.